everyone. Welcome back to the Angel Talk by the Angelics. We're talking about navigating life as a dancer, woman, business owner, everything. And we're here to help you guys. Why are you laughing? I'm not gonna cut this out. We actually restarted it once, and we're here. No, it's because guys, we're doing this like 4 videos a day, and we feel. What did I say?
You're still trying to go after I laugh. Sorry.
No, I'm gonna keep going. Do not cut because it's okay. This is so real. Guys, we're recording 4 episodes a day, so yeah, please know that. And yeah, we're doing this for you guys because we want to deliver the real talk. And
I can't believe you're gonna keep that.
You got the giggles.
My face is red and
It's
everything.
because this is our 4th video. We're exhausted. But anyways, so today's topic is stay consistent as a dancer. This is bold title, but it's true. Motivation won't save you. So I know a lot of in so many things, dance journey, workout journey, your life, business journey, you're gonna feel unmotivated, and that's totally fine. And a lot of people ask hey, how can I be motivated? How can I be consistent on motivation? It's not going to be consistent, and it's totally fine. But yeah, I feel like you guys are more into workouts too, and that's something that I struggle a lot. I can't be consistent. I mean, that's so bad to say. I can't
It's
be.
not bad. It's just realistic.
It's
Yeah.
really difficult.
Yeah.
And you're not the only one that struggles with that too. Of course, we have our times where we don't want to go to the gym too.
Yeah.
It's trying to figure out what you have to keep on doing, even though you're not motivated, because you have to think about the after effect. Or I think about this: if I'm not motivated, going to the gym or going to dance, of course I'm not going to want to do it in that moment, but the after feeling of feeling accomplished afterwards, and that serotonin that you receive from all those, it definitely helps out in the end, and then you forget that you were unmotivated during that time. So especially during practices during the year, all of that, it was just, of course you're going to have your highs and lows. Of course there's going to be days where you're so happy and you're so excited for practice and you want to, but then there's some times where you just don't want to go, or you had a long day and it's oh, dance feels exhausting, which that doesn't mean your passion for dance went away. It's just you have to learn how to kind of cope with those feelings, and it's not like you can miss those. During our NFL experience, you have to go to every single practice. If you don't, then there's a penalty or some sort of discipline. So
Yeah.
it's just knowing that you have that mentality and you have the mindset to push past that even when you don't want to.
I think something currently that I'm kind of dealing with is it's different when if you're growing up and your parents take you to the studio every day to go to class. It's not your choice, or even with practices, we have to be there, so you don't really have a choice. But when it comes to those things, now I'm at a point where I don't have to be at practice every day. I don't have to be somewhere. So it's I'm feeling that. I'm feeling not being motivated. Words.
Words.
I'm feeling that low motivational period, but it's almost what's helping me is kind of just having my eye on the goal and where I am trying to get to, and knowing that I hope this example makes sense, but it kind of helps me. If someone is constantly lying to you, you no longer trust that person, and it makes you not want to be around that person. We have a tendency, or I have a tendency, to lie to myself when I say, oh, I'm going to go to the studio today, and then I don't go to the studio. I just lie to myself. Or oh, I'm going to eat healthy today, and then I go and get, a Big Mac or something. I just lied to myself, and the more you kind of do that, the less you start to trust yourself, and the more that kind of dwindles at your confidence.
That's
and
a good one. I like
your
that.
self-esteem. So really prioritizing like treating yourself with the same respect that you would treat somebody else, you know?
Right.
So showing up for yourself and knowing that like I don't feel like it, but I said I was gonna do it. So even if I show up, like even if I can't do a whole 2 hour, dance session or a workout, at least I did 30 minutes,
Yeah.
something is better than nothing. And then each step kind of builds you up.
Yeah.
And
And I think it's hard to not realize that it's so much easier with a group when everyone has to do it with you. Like it's forcing you to get up and do those things when you don't want to do it, but then it's a whole different story whenever you're by yourself and you have to physically force yourself. Even when you're unmotivated, it's like you want to do the thing that you're like lay around and just not do the things that you're wanting to do, but you just, oh my gosh, words, hello. I am all over the place today. Sorry. You saw me at the beginning of this.
we talked about a lot
Yes,
today.
all I was really saying is it's so much easier whenever you don't have a full group, kind of like getting on your butt and making sure you have everything under control. And yeah,
It's like choosing yourself, I
that's
think.
pretty much it.
Yeah, it is. I feel like on motivation, like of course, like I'm not gonna lie, I felt unmotivated so many times on my last season, and it's true. Like I'm not gonna lie about it. Yeah, I feel like all of us felt several times unmotivated. Like, oh my god, this is so exhausting. Like I don't want to go.
Right.
I don't want to dance. Like it was a scary feeling for me that I felt like at some point I don't want to dance anymore. But I feel like that unmotivated feeling helped me to come back to the dancing again too, because that was, I feel like it's normal to feel unmotivated, and then it's also important to kind of like step away from what you were doing, take a break. That's very important too. And that that time period that I had of like, okay, I'm gonna just kind of like take a break from dancing, that time reminded me of how much I love to dance and how much I was really passionate about dancing. And that kind of gave me another motivation to come back to the industry. So I feel like that's also, it's not a bad thing, but people tend to feel like unmotivation is a negative thing.
Yeah. And it almost feels like, dang, like, do I not like doing this as much as I thought I did? But it's not true. Like you're saying, it's an emotion, and um, you if you need to take a step back because you also want to avoid what's the word when you're not blowout when you're tired of doing something you don't want to do it anymore.
Burnout.
Burnout. There we go. You want to avoid burnout. So like it's yeah, take a step back. Like take a breath. You know, it's okay. But don't think that like you're doing anything wrong because you feel unmotivated.
Because the worst feeling is thinking like, oh, do I not have the passion for dance anymore? But maybe it's just a whole different thing because you're used to one certain setting, especially with like gym or anything that you do. Maybe it's just a whole different setting that you have to put yourself in to feel kind of that excitement again. Or taking a break, exactly.
Yeah. Something I think would be a good tip is like if you are feeling unmotivated with something, I'm thinking about like going to dance classes because when if it's after 5 p.m. and a dance class is at like 8, 9, I don't want to go. I'm
Like,
gonna be in
girl.
bed. I have no motivation to go. But I think that like if you have someone that you can go with or like an accountability, like some like get a friend or something and go together, or I don't know, kind of maybe be like, oh, if I go, I can get a little treat after or something. Like,
Right.
kind of give yourself like an incentive to just do it. That might help too. It kind of helps me sometimes. So yeah.
The other thing that we put in here, the little script, it was that um, making the structure, making the plan, like routine will help you get back on to the routine too. If
Yes.
you feel unmotivated, I feel like that can say a lot of things for workout. Like if you have solid plan, like okay, Monday I'm going, Tuesday that's rest day or stuff like that. The planning helps a lot too.
Right.
For
Do you guys
sure.
plan for like how many days you go into the gym?
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I'm still trying to figure out a schedule with my work and everything. So it is kind of like taking that time and space away from the gym for a second, just so I'm not feeling overwhelmed. So that's something that I've learned about myself. If I put too much on my schedule that I was usually doing, when there's a big change, like I'm bound to have like a breakdown or something. So I do have to take a rest. It kind of sounds bad saying, but I do have to take a rest from everything on the outside and then just focus on something maybe for that first 2 weeks. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I can apply this like here and here. And we have a set schedule with our podcast and stuff every Monday. So it's like, we still have like a scheduled plan and not just like randomly doing things here and there, which is,
Right.
it's okay to have spontaneous days of like dance, but I do want to be consistent and like every week I do at least one class or two classes if I can, if I have time. So
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I definitely planning helps me a lot to stay consistent. Like with the Mondays, if we weren't meeting, like if we didn't meet up and hold each other accountable, it probably wouldn't
yeah.
This is not
happen.
No,
happening.
You know?
that's true. Yeah. I'm telling you, like every Monday, we're like Monday at 2 p.m. Perfect. Yes.
Just make sure.
Just make sure. Yep. But we've stayed consistent,
Yeah,
and
we are.
because we do have a group of people who kind of hold us accountable. Again, so it is harder for a person to do that by themselves, but it's not like you're not capable. You can do that stuff. It's just a little bit harder.
Yeah, it's like priorities too. Um, this topic is not the most fun topic, I feel like, but it is something that, like, we all need to hear. We all need a reminder sometimes.
Right.
Like, you kind of, sometimes you just kind of got to do it. I hate to be like, it sounds so negative,
It
but
doesn't
like
sound.
sometimes
It's
you
just
do.
straightforward. Yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes you
Yeah.
just gotta
You gotta face it.
choose the plan over how you feel and just keep that goal in mind. Like if your goal is to, join a pro team, you gotta know like leading up to auditions, you gotta train, you gotta, make sure that your stamina is right. So you gotta work out. Like it's just you're probably only gonna feel motivated one day out of the week
Yeah.
out of 7 days.
Exactly.
So it's like you can't only do what you need to do on that one day. Like you just got to be consistent. So just finding little things that kind of work for you to kind of push yourself out of that
Right.
low motivational space.
Yeah. It goes back to what's doing best for you.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it all goes back to self-love and like
Everybody's different.
making sure that you're prioritizing yourself even when you're not motivated, because I think about the end result.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I'm like, I'm gonna feel better after all of this, even if I don't want to do it. If I'm already signed up for something, we're gonna do it because I already signed up for it, and maybe that was the day where I just want to go home and lay in bed, but you have to think about the end result instead of how you're feeling right then and there.
Yeah, commitment.
Yep.
That's something that you have to fight for between yourself.
Yeah.
Did you find something?
But I think that that's a constant thing that we always have to work on. It's not like you're ever going to perfect it or master it.
never.
We're not saying that whatsoever. We're just giving you little key like points that you can either figure out yourself a little bit more or things that will help you throughout the road.
For sure.
I hope this episode helped you guys. I think this episode can help so many people out there, not just the dancers, who is like literally going through something and trying to accomplish something. But I think it was amazing episode to talk about this. So thank you guys so much for coming in. If you guys have any question or any topics that we want, we need to cover, or we can do anything. We can talk about anything and kind of like share our real experience. And I think learning from someone's experience is something that is very useful, helpful, and I love it so much. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming in, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.